Hello there, everybody, and welcome. Good day, and oh, Merry Christmas! It looks like we're coming up on those very few days, and BBG has a gift for us. We do have the beta started up, and it looks like APL is gonna give us the rundown of what did they change. Amenities. It looks like there's gonna be quite a nerf here. We got on the +3 level when you do hit the happy, it's gonna only be 8% from 10%. We do have on the +5 level, on the ecstatic level, 16% from 20%. That's quite a big nerf here, and I do have to say that the difference between civilizations that do have a lot of amenities or multiple continents and the civilizations that don't have that many continents will become much less right now. It will be harder for those ones that do have a lot of happiness throughout their empire to actually run away with the game, and we've seen it quite a few times how this actually matters so much in the game. There's only so many of amenities that you can generate so you can keep your people happy. On the wonder side, it looks like they did nerf a little bit, just a tiny bit at the Menanki, get the science only on the farms or the marshes, which to be honest, it kind of makes sense that the Menanki was a very good wonder at the beginning. It was definitely worth the effort of going through and building it. Artemis Temple, a lot of the times also has been a big controversy. We've seen how much it mattered that you do get that extra food and housing, not to mention the all of the amenities that you have around you from those plantations, from the camps, from the pastures. So the food and housing this time will be reduced to 3 from 4, and well, I gotta say it will be harder to actually grow your cities, but to be honest, it doesn't seem like it's gonna take away the overall shine of Temple of Artemis. Governor Pingala, promotion 200% for campus replaced by +3 science for libraries, +5 for universities, and +7 on research labs. Now, we've seen actually recently, last week, games in which players could get like 30 plus points of science from a single campus because they did manage to get the promotions for Pingala. They did manage to also use the double card, and you do get like some very, very big campus, like a +6 or something like that. And yes, it did matter quite a bit. They did actually get an extreme edge in the game, but also with the sacrifice of putting that point of governor there instead of using it for something else. It looks like now we're gonna have a different kind of bonus. You're still gonna get a +3 science for the library, so that's a what, a +8 that you're gonna get on that with the university built in, and then of course you do get almost double, +7, not really double, but almost there on the research labs. Okay, I mean, sure. It makes it a little bit more consistent. You can use Governor Pingala with the other campuses as well, not dependent on the adjacency, but on the buildings that you get inside of them. So that makes it a little bit more consistent with its placement. It doesn't really need to go into those +6 campus spots. You can try to mix it in your empire somewhere else. Medic, move to military science. This is significantly earlier, I would imagine, because players do tend to go to sanitation a little bit later, and now gives a +1 movement point to melee, anti-cav, and ranged units. Interesting. We should see quite a few more medics on the map. Now, we're going to need to see how the meta will evolve. Of course, with the extra movement given over here, it is quite dangerous, I would say. I'm not sure about how much the medic has as its own movement speed, but I would imagine it's enough so it can keep up with the army, no problems. Ram and Siege Tower, obsoleted military science instead of civil engineering. Now, this is going to be a lot earlier again. Military science, it's coming up on the tech side on the bottom, while civil engineering is on the middle tree on the civic tree, but it is quite a bit later than military science. Machine gun and advanced ballistics moved one era earlier, and cost reduced to 1370, normal speed from 1480. Machine guns do gain 1 movement point. It does make sense in from the perspective of you don't really get to defend against tanks with field cannons anymore, while in every other I should say in every other era of beginning you do get some form of a ranged unit that does help you. Of course, yes, you could say that artilleries are starting to replace that, but that wouldn't be the point of those support units. Those are artillery units. They shouldn't be used like this. So machine guns should make a lot more appearance. Of course, machine gun is well known also therefore giving the strength for those nuclear strikes to hit your opponent's cities with much higher precision. So I would imagine because of the extra, never mind, like the bonus, the attack bonus is linked to the attack bonus of a machine gun is linked to the attack bonus of nuclear. A nuclear strike from a silo. So yeah, a lot of players do prefer to take those machine guns first and then shoot the nukes. We do have also with them getting an extra movement point, which I guess I'm actually quite curious if this is needed or not, but we'll see. That sounds to me that it's quite it's a bit too much. It's a bit too much. They already got buffed, so I think the extra movement point might be a bit too much. We need to see it. I will reserve my judgment on this until we see it, or my opinion, I would say, not judgment. Because anyway, entertainment complex now gives 2 amenities instead of 1, so it will be much more worth it, of course, to get entertainment complexes throughout your game. And we've seen multiple times how the players to try to insert at least 1 throughout their empire, if not 2, and try to hit as many cities as possible. Now, with the lowering of the amenities, nerf with the nerf that we talked about earlier from the 10% to 8% from 20 to 16. Now, of course, it will make a little less impact, but still you're gonna be able to keep your empire above content much easier, which is, I believe, the point of this. Not to over invest to actually get your citizens to extend, but to get to keep out of those nasty situations in which your empire is having so many penalties that you just cannot keep up anymore with production necessary. Eco and other stuff as well. Eco Alliance traders no longer give production. Okay. Now, this is a major shift. I mean, we've seen Eco Alliance being used more and more by the players, especially because of those capabilities of generating so much gold. So I would imagine taking away the extra production from it is a way of balancing it out with the all others, with the military, with the culture, with the science. I believe actually it's a good one. I think actually it's a good change here. Initiationites, faith per unit reduced to 25% from 30%. I don't think it was needed. Like, I understand why. I don't think it was needed. Especially in the context of them introducing the new Exodus of the Evangelists. But anyway, I mean, sure, let's see how this performs. 25% of 5% drop over here. It seems quite big. Remember, this is the second nerf initiation rights actually received. So yeah. Anyway. Audience chamber will give 3 food per city with a governor, and to be honest, this is something that should have been done quite some time ago. I would imagine there is quite a bit of chatter about this in the council and in the citizen chat English in the BBG server, by the way, on Discord. Do you see this? Oh, there we go. You see the chat over there is pinging, and well, they are already discussing and having quite a bit of feedback from the community about this. Audience chamber, in my opinion, was kept nerfed for quite some time now, and all others, or the others actually, Wall was thrown, and Ancestral Hall did pick up more and more strength from different other things happening over there, the meta, how it evolved and everything. So Audience Chamber, actually, we've seen it in multiple games, how it underperformed versus the other buildings in the games that we've seen in the 4v4s, in some of the FFAs. Now, it is 3 food per city, still gets the probably, I hope it still gets the amenity and the housing, and hopefully it will actually get you there much faster to the next population level to put down an extra district much faster, and of course allow you to get the bonuses you need to counteract every other bonus that everybody else will get. Ancestral Hall for more cities, more units from Wall's Throne. Different approaches here. We do need to see if it's gonna come back on the map though. So in a normal game right now, we've seen probably 60% choices in Ancestral Hall or more, and then some Wall's Throne here and there, and maybe 1 or 2 Audience Chamber. A lot of the times, the ones that work on the civilizations with simming capabilities that were going for a tall play did want to pick up Audience Chamber and have a go at it. It looks like there were quite a few players giving feedback to the BBG Council that they should actually increase a little bit audience chamber, and it looks like they chose to increase the food. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, we'll see how it goes. This is beta. This is the reason for the beta. This is I do have to stress. This is good that we do have a discussion going on. I do hope it's going to be civil, of course, and I do hope also the players are going to get to test the settings. This is a good procedure to have to see if it does indeed perform as well as the others in multiple scenarios, and make the opinion after you test it, and of course not before thinking of suppositions. There are quite a few, like this is a pack of changes that will be done to the game, and from what I do see, it will be a significant shift in the meta from now on. We do have in the golden ages, for example, a big change. Previous bonus, it will be deleted entirely. +2 horse and iron per turn. We do have 15% production also for military units, -1 maintenance cost for military units, and +1 production and culture for encampment buildings. You can imagine if you do get Wall of Throne to slow your amenities, or you can couple that with Ancestral Hall to get faster settlers, so you don't actually need to build the Wall of Throne in this case. This makes for quite a powerful a fourth choice in the golden age options. I do want to actually go as far as to say this is probably much more powerful than getting initiation knights and getting monumentality. From what I do see over here, this is quite amazing. The +1 culture on the encampment and its buildings, when you're already forced to start up with 3 encampments like Zulu, for example, or you go for something like Persia, the 3 encampment opening that we've seen it multiple times. You can imagine that actually helps you not only upkeep your economy, but also build up the gold necessary to go for the second wave of attacks against your opponent, and have the gold available to also buy out tiles around your empire, which a lot of the times actually slows down your tempo quite a bit if you don't have the gold when you need it to actually have your cities work that tile and have that optimized approach to the game. I do want to see it in action. And we're gonna need to take a look at a few games. This is one of the another one of the mentions I want to make here. This is still in beta, so we might not have that many games being played. Well, we shouldn't have any games actually being played in the tournament scene with the beta. The beta, until it goes into live, it's usually not being accepted in the tournament area because the players are still testing it out. It's still a process of optimizing the changes, and some of them will be taken down, some of them will be toned down, toned up, or of course deleted entirely, or even some of them new pop up over here. I'm pretty sure the discussion might actually reveal another way of approaching some of the bonuses here, or nerfs. I do also want to mention we do have Zanzibar getting amenities from luxury is reduced to 4 from 6, and yes, this definitely is a very powerful city state, especially because of those amenities and because of the bonuses that the amenities give you in your cities. This is probably a very good choice here. BCY now works on Tundra and Desert. This was also a lot of feedback coming up from the players, from the CWC, and from the community in general. They were complaining about the Tundra and the Desert BCY. Now it's fixed. Very good. Let's go. Let's move forward. A naval fight. Land units don't give support bonus to naval units anymore. There we go. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have noticed what is going on with the scouts in the water. Looks like they found the scouts. They noticed what is the problem and they took it out. That's it. So it is what it is. No more scouts in the water for the extra support bonus. We're gonna have a lot less I would say icons to take a look at over there in the naval fights, but that would also make it a little bit easier to understand what is going on, which is the frigate, which is the caravel, what is going on, who's moving where, and so on and so forth. And also the naval fights, I gotta say, a lot of the times the players were using the land units as body blocking their opponents and forcing them to spend extra moves so they can actually get some get to reposition their fleet and maybe get away, save one of their boats. So yeah, there were a few things that were happening over there that shouldn't really have happened. Civilizations, Germany, Ludwig, culture adjacency for wonders upgraded to 2 when reaching political philosophy. Okay, I mean, okay, do you build that many wonders at the beginning? I guess we're gonna need to see a bit more Ludwig here. I haven't seen him wonder building, wonder spamming that much, especially in the 4v4s. Maybe it's totally different in the FFAs. To be honest, I should actually take a look more into FFAs and see what's going on over there. But anyway, we're gonna need to see if any of the players will like this or not. Now, Brazil, combat strength reduced to 5 for the Minas. Plus on production on unimproved rainforest when reaching construction. I really like the plus one production on unimproved rainforest when reaching construction. I really like this. It's not that hard. It is a bit of out of the way, but it's not that hard to get construction. And if you do start up with campuses, you're most likely to have very good campuses with Brazil. So the science to get to construction shouldn't be that big of an issue. You get a production, and you do get. You should be able to get a pretty good tempo with Brazil now because of this. One of the biggest issues with Brazil was the lack of production a lot of the times, and the players were trying to balance this out with monumentality and so on and so forth, and getting those holy sites, getting some entertainment complexes, making some projects, and wasn't really performing up to the specs unless of course it had very good land, which is not always a given with Brazil. You do need a lot of rainforest, and as you can see, the bonus does give the production only on unimproved rainforest, not on the one that you improve. Anyway, Byzantium hippodromes now give 2 amenities instead of 3. Okay, this makes sense. It was a bit too much of a power spike on Byzantium, but hippodromes especially, and we do see it a lot more being picked up in the games. But to be honest, I don't think the hippodrome was actually the issue with Byzantium. It was more something else. But anyway, maybe if they find a way to actually make the spread a little bit less obnoxious from Byzantium, as in do not convert the series after the first or the second unit is killed, have a little bit more warfare over there, so you can actually spread crusade in your opponent's territory. Just my thoughts on it. Just my thoughts. China Uzetian spies no longer reappear when they die. Okay, this makes sense. They were just resurrecting out of nothing. This definitely makes sense. I said it before. This definitely makes sense now. Colombia, Hacienda's buff moved to mercantilism from a rapid deployment. Okay. I mean, this is okay. This is good. Yeah, I like it. I really like the Haciendas. Getting this is the production bonus, right? That you get at mercantilism now. That is a lot earlier. Isn't it a lot earlier than the rapid deployment? Anyway, Varus now cost 5 forces to produce. Okay, with finally have Varus actually costing something, right? They didn't cost anything before, so now at least they cost something. Perfect. Maya Observatory only gets +1 adjacency per plantation. Okay, this is kind of bad. Plantations now get 2 science per adjacent observatories when unlocking education. Okay, so they moved a little bit the bonus to a later stage, and I gotta say, taking away the adjacency from the observatory also slows down the doubling of the cards, so you do have less adjacency to play with from the get-go. You do get the science afterwards, so I guess Maya will be slowed down a little bit, especially in the mid to late, especially actually no, it's across the board. It will get slowed down at the beginning of the game, a little less. Actually, yeah, in mid game it's you get education, so a little less education at the mid game. Rome Julius, gold gained by conquering a city or raising a barbarian camp divided by 2. This kind of makes sense. That was a lot of gold, man. That was a lot of gold, especially late game conquering a city. That was an insane amount of gold. We've seen players who, as an elephant guy, that did manage to do like thousands of gold points for just taking over an empire. 5,000, 6,000 gold points. Quite a lot. Oh my god. Yes, so I guess that's the ring to stop this. Okay, it is what it is. I don't know what happened outside, but I'm gonna take a cue from this. So see you next time, and I do hope you're gonna enjoy the beta. I'm gonna leave the link to the mod in the description of the video down below, and have a good evening. Bye bye.